Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari Jaya Paramahamsa Parivrajaacharya Sattara Sadasya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Jai Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai Swami Bhaktivinoda ki Jai All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 4. Pure devotional service is rarely achieved. 5. Those in pure devotional service
Page number, page number.
Page 2. Those in pure devotional service deride even the conception of liberation. 6. Pure devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. Krishna is all attractive, but pure devotional service attracts even him. This means that pure devotional service is even transcendentally stronger than Krishna himself, because it is Krishna's internal potency.
So, 6 advantages. These are the immediate result of taking to Krishna consciousness. Pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. There is a song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Manasa Deho Geho Jo Kichu Moro Otpinu Tua Pade Nanda Kishore. The purport of this song is when we surrender to Krishna, Prane Rathvi Dhya Vacha, then we get relief from all kinds of anxieties. This is very simple to understand. Everyone is in the material world. Here, everyone is full of anxiety. That is the nature of material existence. One after another problems. So, if somebody says, assures that you just depend on me, I take charge of all your problems, how much relief you will feel. Just imagine. So, an ordinary man, if some ordinary human being says, a friend, that don't worry, I shall take charge of your all affairs, don't worry. So we may doubt an ordinary man because we know the capacity of an ordinary man. But when Krishna says that I take charge of you, then how much relief you should feel. Krishna is not ordinary man. Krishna is all-powerful, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Yogeshwara. He is the absolute truth. So when he assures that I take charge of you, Aham tva sarva papi bhamokkhishami, gives assurance that I shall get you liberated, delivered from the reaction of all sinful activities. We suffer due to our sinful activities. That is the general meaning of suffering. For pious activities, we enjoy. But in this material world, either we enjoy or suffer. The common factor is suffering. Suppose if for my pious activities I get good birth, Janmai Sajja Suta Sri, by pious activities we get birth in good family, Janma, Aishajya, we get sufficient riches, wealthy family, wealthy parents, Janma Aishajya Suta, good education, and Sri, beauty. These are the result of pious activities. But to take birth in the family of a king or very rich man, the sufferings of taking birth is the same. As the poor man suffers within the womb of his mother, similarly the rich man also suffers within the womb of his mother. The sufferings of taking birth is equal to the poor man and rich man. There is no difference. When there is disease, fever, it is not. It is less painful to the rich man and very painful to the poor man. The pain is the same. So actually, so long there is material existence, the so-called suffering and enjoying, they are on the same level. There is no difference. But if we take to Krishna consciousness, as Krishna assures, aham tva sarva papi bhamokhoishami, I shall get you released from all kinds of sinful activities. And that is real auspiciousness. Means when Krishna takes charge, he gradually educates the devotee, buddhi yogam, devotional service, so that he may go back home, back to Godhead, Krishna. That is real auspicity. In the material world, so-called auspicity, to become very rich, to become very educated, to become very beautiful, high parentage, they are also in material consideration, their auspicity, undoubtedly. But they are also adulterated with so many sufferings, threefold miseries, adhyathik, adibhauti, adidaivi. So actually, such position is not auspicity. Real auspicity is go back to home, back to Godhead. Therefore, it is said, pure devotional service. Pure devotional service means without any material motive. Annam vilasita sunnam, jnana karmadhanabhitam. So, pure devotional service is the beginning of all auspiciousness. All auspiciousness means go back to home, back to God. So if we stick to pure devotional service, follow the rules and regulations, chant 16 rounds, be engaged always in the service of the Lord, then ultimate gain is that takta dehang punarjanmana iti mami iti. Pure devotional service automatically puts one in transcendental pleasure. Transcendental pleasure and material pleasure, there is difference. Material pleasure means sense gratification, and transcendental pleasure means satisfaction of Krishna. A devotee is satisfied seeing Krishna is pleased. That is their satisfaction. Through Krishna. Material pleasure means direct sense perception. And spiritual pleasure means through Krishna. If Krishna is satisfied, then the devotee is satisfied. Just like a tree, the leaves and twigs become satisfied through the root of the tree. So Krishna is the root. Krishna is the origin of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhava, matta sarvang pravartati. So, transcendental pleasure means feeling of pleasure through Krishna. Just as the gopis and Krishna. Gopi, when they saw Krishna is pleased, they become happy. And Krishna, when he saw that the gopis are happy, he became happier. Again the gopis sees that Krishna is happier, they become more happy. In this way there is competition of happiness. The gopis sees Krishna happier, they feel happiness. And Krishna sees gopis happier, Krishna feels happiness. This word is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Duye lage hura huri. This is spiritual competition. So, pure devotional service automatically puts one in transcendental pleasure. In the material pleasure, if I see you happy, I am unhappy. If I see you unhappy, I become happy. This is nature. I may say otherwise, but material nature is, if one is put into difficulty, then I become very happy. And if I am happy, others become envious. This is material pleasure. Whereas spiritual pleasure means that when one sees Krishna is happy, a devotee is happy, the other devotee becomes happier. That is spiritual pleasure. In the spiritual world, there is competition. But when one is advanced, the competitor becomes happy. Oh, he is so advanced, I could not do so. There is no enviousness. In the material world, if one is advanced, other who is not advanced, he is envious. This is the difference between spiritual pleasure and material pleasure. It is not difficult to understand. Material pleasure means if you are happy, I become unhappy. If you are unhappy, then I become happy. This is material pleasure. And spiritual pleasure means by seeing your happiness, I become happy. By seeing, but there is no distress in the spiritual world. Simply by seeing the happiness of other devotee, another devotee becomes happier. Pure devotional service is rarely achieved. That is the criteria. Pure devotional service has got so many advantages, but it is very difficult. It is very difficult. Na janma koti sukriti bhi na labhati. Pure devotional service, even after endeavoring for millions and millions of births, it is very difficult to achieve. Pure devotional service can be achieved only through the mercy of a pure devotee. Otherwise it is not possible. Mahiyasang padura jovisekam niskincananang navrinita javat naisang matistavadurukkramang ving Prisatta, what is that? The purpose is that unless one takes the dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee, it is not possible to become a pure devotee. Mahiyasang Padaraja. Mahiyasang, great personality, great devotee, Padaraja means the dust of the lotus feet, Abhisekam, taken to on the head. Mahiyasang Padaraju Abhisekam. Niskinchana. Mahiyasang, great personality means Niskinchan. Bhagavad Bhakta is Niskinchan. He has no more material obligation. That is Bhagavad Bhakta. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Niskinchana Bhagavad Bhajano Nukas. Bhagavad Bhajano Nuk means Niskinchan. no material obligation, no material duty. Nayang rini no kinkara rajan, sarmatmana ji sarannam gato mukunda. Anyone who has completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, saranam saranyam gato mukundam, parihittu kartum, giving up all other duties. Taktva sadharmam charanam bhujam hare. If one takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, giving up all other duties, there are so many duties. You have got duty towards your family, towards your kinsmen, towards your country, towards the animals, other living entities, your obligation to the demigods, great saintly persons, rishis. You are reading Vedas, but it is given by Vyasdev, so we are indebted to him. Similarly, many other shastras we read, so we are indebted. Devarshi, Rishi, Devata, the demigod, we are taking sunshine. We are obliged to sun god. We are taking moonshine. We are obliged to moonshine, moon god, the air god, Varuna. Everyone, they are helping us. We cannot do without this. You cannot live without water. You cannot live without light. You cannot live without heat. So who is supplying? Of course Krishna is supplying, but we cannot see Krishna directly. They are being supplied by different demigods. Therefore Deva Yajna is recommended. Deva Yajna means ultimately to satisfy Krishna. So these are the processes. But if one takes to Krishna consciousness, he has no more obligation to all these devatas. Devarshi, Bhutata, Ninang, Pitrinang. We have got so many obligations. But if we take to Krishna consciousness, everyone will be pleased, and you haven't got to oblige them by your service to them. Otherwise, you are bound to give them obeisances for their beneficial contribution. So, devotional service is rarely achieved. Rarely achieved means if you achieve, then you become free from all obligation. Na janna koti bhi sukriti bhi. Tatra laudlam ekamullam na labhate jad janma koti bhi sukriti. Krishna consciousness can be achieved simply by your intense desire that this life I shall try to achieve favor of Krishna. Krishna will help you. Tesam satadriyuktana bhajatang pritipurvakam buddhi yogam dadamit. If you are actually seriously engaged in Krishna consciousness, then Krishna gives us intelligence how to approach him. So pure devotional service is rarely achieved, but by chance, Guru Krishna kripaya paya bhakti latavi. If we somehow or other come in contact with bona fide Guru and Krishna, Krishna is already there, we are already in touch, and if we are serious, then by grace of Krishna we get Niskinchan, devotee, and by his grace we achieve to the platform of devotional service. Otherwise it is very difficult, not by executing karma, jnana, yoga, no. Bhaktamam abhijanat. Simply you have to take pure devotional service. Therefore it is very difficult. People do not wish to come to the pure devotional service. They want hodgepodge. something this, something that, something that. No. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam, that is the beginning of pure devotional service. No other engagement, simply Krishna. That is pure devotional service. But that is very difficult to achieve. People will not accept the simple thing. You give them big formulas, yoga system, Ashtanga yoga, they will like it. It is something. Just like if homeopathic medicine, because it has no taste, there is no trouble to drink, people do not believe in it. But if you give them some very bitter, pungent medicine, it is something. Similarly, if you give the simple process, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam, kalo nasti va nasti va nasti va gatadanatha, they will not take it very seriously. Or simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, one will be liberated and he'll go to back. This is exaggeration, they will say. But if you give them some difficult job, that you press your nose in this way, you make your head downwards and you exercise in this way and do it, they'll think, yes, it is so. Things are very easy and one can achieve very easily, but they are reluctant to take the easiest process given by Krishna, given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna is giving the easiest process, that you surrender unto me, I give you all possible help. I am not prepared to do that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you simply chant Hare Krishna, you will achieve the highest perfection. Not we are prepared. Therefore it is said, pure devotional service rarely achieved. People will not accept the simple thing. They want to make something very difficult, then it is all right. Those in pure devotional service deride even the conception of liberation. Yes. Mukti mukulitanjali sevate asma. A devotee does not care for mukti. Mukti, why they will care for mukti? As soon as he is a pure devotee, mukti is on his leg. Why he should try for mukti? Billamangal Thakur says, Mukti mukulitanjali sevati asma. There is no need of separate endeavor for getting liberation. It is already there. Mukti mukulitanjali sevate asman dharmartha kama moksha samaya pratiksha. So don't try it. It is working?
No. The fixture is broken. It doesn't have anything to do with the bulb. It's this thing here doesn't have.
Yeah. So pure devotional service is the only means to attract. Those in pure devotional service deride even the conception of liberation. Mukti, Prabhupada Saraswati, Koivalla. Mukti's another name is Koivalla. Everything is one. One knowledge, that's all. So, Prabhupada Saraswati says, Koivallang narokayat. This conception of liberation, that I have become one with the Supreme, it is to a devotee just like hell. Koivallang narokayat. They do not give very much value to such conception, to become one with the Supreme, or liberation, mukti. And this is mokshakami. those who are aspiring after Nirbhed Brahmanusandha, without any difference with the Supreme Brahma. That is called Mukti, liberation. And Tidasapura Akasa Pushpayate. And the Kurmis, they are aspiring after heavenly planets. Tidasapura. Tridasa means 30. So, there are more than 30 millions of demigods in different planetary systems. They are called heavenly planets. So, they are Akasha Pushpa. Akasha Pushpa means a flower does not grow in the sky. It is something imaginary, phantasmagoria. Tidasapura Akasha Pushpayat. So, Kurmis are interested in the Akasha Pushpa heavenly planet. And the Gyanis are interested in Mukti, Kurmic Gyani. And Yogis are interested how to control the senses. So, Prabhupada Saraswati Maharaj says that Duddanta Indriya Kala Sarpa Patali Prutkhata Danstrayat. The senses are our enemies. That's all right. We also admit. The yogis try to control the senses and mind because they think of the senses just like serpent. Serpent, little touch by the lip, the tongue, immediately it causes death. So it is very dangerous. But Prabhupada Saraswati says that we are not afraid of the serpents because Prutkhata Danstrayate. The serpent is so long dangerous as long as it has got the poison teeth. Poison teeth. Prutkhata Danstrayate. See, if you take away the poison teeth, then have a big serpent teeth maybe. Nobody will be afraid. In the Bengal it is said, Bishnai Kulopana Chakra. If a serpent is known that his poison teeth has been taken away, so his big hood, nobody will be afraid. One who knows that he has no poison teeth. A child may be afraid, but anyone knows. So, for a devotee, the senses are there, but it is not like serpent. The dangerous point of sense for sense gratification, that is taken away. That poison teeth is taken away. So therefore, a devotee is not afraid of the senses. They can easily handle the senses because the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, which means the poison teeth of the serpent of sense is taken away. Duddanta Indriya Kala Sarpa Patali Prutkhata Danstrayate. So, pure devotional sadhya. In this way, the point is that pure devotee does not give very much value to so-called liberation. Because so-called liberation, so-called, it is in this sense that we have seen many so-called liberated persons, vimukta manina. They consider that vimukta manina. Now, you'll be pleased to hear that one of the Mayavadi sannyasi in India, very well known, his disciples came to me to invite me because they are now seeing that Mayavad philosophy has not been so much effective as devotional service, practical. So they are now taking gradually to devotional service. They are trying to read Bhagavad, although they are habituated to malinterpret. But they have no other, they have finished their job. Now they are gradually coming to Bhakti Marga. that is natural. If one is actually sincere, after suffering the distress of impersonalism, gradually they will come to surrender to the person. Bhaunam janmanam ante jnanavan mang prapaddati. So, when one becomes devotee, jnanis, they give too much value to liberation, moksha, nidbhed brahmanusandhan. But yogis, they give too much value for controlling the senses. Karmis, they give too much value to the acts of promotion to the heavenly planet. But for a devotee, these things are very teeny. They don't care for these things, neither for the karmis or for the jnanis or for the yogis. There, janglabdhya chaparang labhang mannate nadhikang tataha. A bhakta who has come to Krishna consciousness, pure devotional service, he has no more any desire for the resultant action of karmis, jnanis and yogis. He is so fixed up. There are many examples, just like Dhruva Maharaj. Here, when he was offered anything he wanted, actually he wanted the kingdom of his father, but when he actually became fixed up in devotional service, he said, Samim kitarthosmi barang na jaj. I am no more to ask anything, material benediction. Borrow. No, I don't want. So, Krishna consciousness is so nice that automatically one feels fulfillment of all desires. Therefore, what they will desire for liberation, for mukti, it is most insignificant. The next is, pure devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. You cannot attract Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead with full opulences. See, you cannot attract Krishna by your richness, by your reputation, by your education, by your beauty, or by your strength or renunciation. No, you cannot attract Krishna by all these things because he is already full. You cannot attract by anything, any opulence, Krishna, because he is Atmaram. But if you offer something to Krishna, it is for your benefit. The example is given just like the original person is decorated in the mirror, the reflection of the person is also decorated. Similarly, if you decorate the deity gorgeously, you will feel happy. Krishna has many devotees or many things for being decorated. But if you in the temple, if you offer Krishna all nice things, all nice flowers, all nice dress, all nice food, everything, all nice, then you will feel happy. That is your interest. Therefore, pure devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. Attract Krishna, Krishna will be happy in this way, that you are doing so much for Krishna. Krishna has everything. But your devotional service, that sincerity of purpose, will attract. My Guru Maharaj used to say that do not try to see Krishna. Render your service in such a nice way that let Krishna see you. When Krishna sees you, then your mission is perfect. We cannot see Atasya Krishna Namadi Navahavid Grahya Indriyayi. We cannot perceive Krishna by our senses. But when our senses are engaged, in satisfying Krishna, then Krishna sees us. Samameva spurata. And when Krishna sees us, then our life is successful. And how Krishna can see us? Simply by our devotion. Otherwise, you cannot satisfy Krishna by opulence, by education, by scholarship, by beauty, by riches. No, these things Krishna all perfectly. He is full with all these opulences. Bhaktyamam avijanati. If you want to attract Krishna, then be engaged in pure devotional service. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
चिंतामणि प्रकर्षद्वसु कल्पवृक्षलक्ष्यावृतेषु सुरभिरभिपालयन्तम् लक्ष्मीसहस्रशतशं नम सेवमानं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि This prayer for Govinda is from Brahma Samhita. It is very old literature, and nobody can say when it was spoken, but it is understood that these verses were written by Brahma. And when Lord Chaitanya was traveling in South India, he picked up this book from a temple handwritten and he delivered to his devotees. So it is a very authorized book. In this book, the description of Krishna is very vividly given. His place, his activities, his form, everything is there nicely given. So this is not first verse, this is the 34th verse of the 5th chapter. Chintamani prakarashadmasu kalpa vrikkhalakyabritesu suravira vipalayantam. That place, Chintamani, a stone in the transcendental world, as we have got experience here, the houses are made of bricks, there the houses are made of Chintamani stone. The Chintamani stone is, of course, there is no exact translation, but it is understood it is something like touchstone. Touchstone means the stone which even touches iron, it transforms into gold. So, the abode of Krishna is described that there are houses, Chintamani Prakara Sadhusu. Prakara means houses. And Chintamani Prakara Sadhusu Kalpa Vriksha. And the trees are desire tree. What is that desire tree? Just like here in this material world, a tree is meant for delivering a particular fruit or flower. But desire tree means whatever you desire, you get immediately delivery from the tree. That is called Chintamani Prakara Sadhusu Kalpa Vriksha. Kalpa means whatever you like, whatever you will. Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshya Bhriteshu. Such trees are not one. Just like here in your country, as soon as you go outside the city, there are hundreds and thousands of trees. They are neither fruit nor flower, but they are meant for fuel or some other purposes. But there are many millions of trees which are all desire trees. Whatever you want, it is present there. The trees are supplied immediately. Prakara Sadmasu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshya. And Surabhi Ravipalantam. Krishna is engaged in and as a cow horse boy. He is herding cows. What sort of cows? Surabhi. Surabhi means that cow supplies you milk as much as you like, and as many times you can draw milk from that cow. The immense supply of milk. Surabhi Ravipalantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sibhamana. And the Lord is worshipped by many hundred thousands of goddess of fortune. The gopis, you see the picture, there is a little sample only, but in the transcendental kingdom, the Lord is always served with all great respect and obeisances and devotion. Many thousands of goddess of fortune. The goddess of fortune means they are most beautiful and everything is complete. Such place and such abode and such activities are described about Krishna. Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshya Bhriteshu Surabhi Ravipalantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevvamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhayani. And that personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, is the original person. As in the Vedanta Sutra it is said, who is Brahma? What is Brahma? What is the absolute truth? So the description is that Govinda is very fond of playing on flute. Venu. Venu means flute. Venum kanantam aravinda dalayataksham. His eyes are just like lotus petal. Very beautiful eyes. Venum kanantam aravinda dalayataksham barahavatam. And he likes peacock feather. Peacock feather on the head. So you'll find Krishna always with peacock feather. He may have a very valuable helmet on his head, but you'll find one peacock feather.
Varahavatamsam Masitam Buddhasundaram. And his complexion of the body is blackish, just like new cloud. He's not that complexion like, he's blackish, Krishna. But he's so beautiful, all attract. Here, of course, in this material world, black is, we do not like, we want fair complexion. But Krishna, the original person, is blackish, but not blackish like this. His beauty is surpassing many millions of cupids. You have heard the name of Cupid. He's a very enchanting person, loving person. But here it is described, Kandapa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobha. If you assemble millions of cupids in one place, still it cannot be compared with the beauty of Krishna. Krishna is so beautiful. Kandapa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Venum Kannantam, always playing on flute. Venam Kanvantam Aravinda Dalataksham Varahavatam Samasitam Buddhasandarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So just imagine the position of the Krishna conscious person. Everyone is worshipping somebody. Somebody is worshipping his wife, somebody is worshipping his husband, somebody is worshipping the leader of the country, somebody is worshipping something. If one has nothing, then somebody is worshipping a dog, a cat. But we are worshipping the original person, Krishna. Just see our position. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. We are not flattering ordinary things. We are captured the original. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. And why not? It's so beautiful. Kandapa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. And calling us by playing on his flute, nice flute. When he was playing his flute, all the gopis, they would give up all their family duties, everything, and go on to Krishna. Krishna. Their fathers, their brothers, their husbands, we call them, where you are going in this dead of night? No, we are going to Krishna. So, Krishna is so nice. Just to attract us, that you want love. Yes, Vrindavan. He appears in Vrindavan, and shows his lila, his activity, just to attract us. How lovable object. You are trying to find out something lovable. You are being frustrated. Here is something complete. If you love, you become complete. And this Govinda can be achieved simply by love. You don't require any other qualification. He is so great. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the proprietor of everything. But what does he want from you? In the Bhagavad Gita he says, Patram puspam phalam toyam jome bhaktya prajachyati. If one worship Krishna, with a little flower, with a little fruit and little water. That's all. How universal it is. A little flower, a little fruit, a little water can be collected by any poor man. Don't require to earn many thousands of dollars to worship Krishna. Why Krishna will ask you to contribute dollars or millions of rupees? No, he is full in himself. He has got everything complete. So he is not beggar. But he is beggar. In what sense? He is begging your love. Therefore he says, patram pushpam phalam toyam jumi bhaktya prajachyati. He is not beggar from you, a little flower, a little fruit. But Krishna says, something should be given to me. Please try to give me something. Because that is the token of love. You are taking so many things from me. I am supplying you light, I am supplying you air, I am supplying you water, I am supplying you life, food, everything. You cannot reciprocate something for me. I am asking you simply a little water, a little flower, a little leaf. So, what does he want? He wants Yomi Bhaktya Prajachyati. He wants simply bhakti or love, pure love. Yomi Bhaktya Prajachyati, Taya Bhakta Puritam Asnami Prajatatmana. And because a devotee, a lover of Krishna, brings these things in love and devotion, therefore Krishna says, Aham Asnami, I take them and eat them. So Krishna worship is not very costly affair. Simply you have to decide that I shall love only Krishna. And if you love only Krishna, then you actually love everything. If you love because you are loving the root, just like if you supply foodstuff to your stomach, then you supply foodstuff all the parts of your body. This is the method. The Bhagavad describes this method. Jatha karodula nisechanena trippanti tat skanda bhujopashakha प्राणोपहाराच जतेन्द्रियाणाम तथा सर्वाहनम अच्युतेज्या. Just like Taronula Nisechena, if you supply water on the root of the tree, the water is immediately transferred to the branches, to the leaves, to the flowers, to the fruits, everywhere. Everyone knows it. It is scientific. But if you supply water to one leaf or 1,000 leaves, it does not mean that other leaves are also getting the benefit. So, at the present moment, people are captivated for human welfare activities. What human welfare activity you can do? It is not in your power. You can do something, but very limited. There are living entities, they are not only human beings. There are 8,400,000 of living entities. And the human living entities, they are only a minute portion. They are only 400,000 only. Other living entities, they are 8 million. That is not very difficult to understand. If you take a census of the living entities in the city of San Francisco, then the census of the human being residing in this city, there will be very a small number in comparison to the birds, beasts, aquatics, ants, and so many other living trees, so many other living. So, suppose a portion of human living entity you serve, then what is the value of service? What is the value of that service? Therefore, the Bhagavad says, just like watering the root of the tree, you can serve all the leaves, flowers, branches, and everything of the tree. Just by supplying foodstuff to your stomach, you can serve all the limbs of your body. Similarly, simply by loving Krishna, you can learn how to love everyone. If you don't love Krishna, and if you love the whole universe, it is still imperfect. Imperfect. And because we are not loving Krishna, therefore we are sectarian. Just like, take for example your country, or any country, it doesn't matter. I am giving example, I am not attacking anybody. I am giving example. You love your countrymen. That's very nice. But why don't you love the cows of your country? It is also living entity. They are also born in this country. Have they not right to live? You know, in argument, in logic, we will accept yes. But because we do not love Krishna, therefore there is partiality. That one section of the living entity should be loved, and another section of the living entity should be sent to the slaughter. Why this defect? This defect is due to your lack of loving affairs with Krishna. And as soon as you try to love Krishna, then you will see, oh, the cows are my brother, oh, the black people are my brother, the white people are my brother, the ants are my brother, the dogs are my brother, the trees are my brother, everyone my brother. That is universal. If you simply talk of universal brotherhood and you do not love Krishna, then it is useless. It is useless. Therefore, actually it is happening. They are proclaiming peace and prosperity, and they are fighting in the United Nations. But where is the peace and where is the prosperity? Because lacking love of Krishna. Therefore, this Krishna consciousness is very urgent necessity for the human society. They should learn how to love Krishna. Then everything will be adjusted. Very easy. It is not utopian theory, it is practical. There are many instances, and those who are following, the students in our society, ask them how they love others, how they love everyone, because they are trying to love Krishna. So, Govindam Adi Purusam Tamaham Bhajami. Therefore, our process is try to love the original person. And as soon as you become an expert lover, you will find in our back to Godhead, there is a picture that a hunter, after being initiated in Krishna consciousness, is loving even the ants. Those who have seen our Krishna picture, Have you got that recorded here? You can show. You see? The story is a hunter was killing in the forest many animals because hunter's business is to kill. So I am speaking very shortly. The story and the picture you'll find in Back to Godhead, recently published. And Narad, because he's Vaishnava, he's lover of Krishna. When he was passing in the forest, he saw that many half-dead animals are in torture, flapping. So he was very kind. Oh, who has done this mischief? These poor animals. So he traced out the hunter and he went there. The hunter asked me, "Oh, why you are disturbing my business?" The Narad said, "My dear hunter, I have come to beg something from you." The hunter thought that this mendicant is a beggar, so he might have come to me to beg some skin, or deer skin or tiger skin. So he said, "All right, please let me do my business, I shall give you skin, whatever you like." Narad said, "No, I don't want anything from you. I have come to request you something." "What is that?" "If you are killing animals, why don't you kill them all at once? Why you are killing them up and giving them so much torture?" He said that I have been educated in that way, I have been trained in that way, killing off animals by my father. I take pleasure in it. So Narad said, "So my request to you is that if you want to kill animals, please kill them immediately. Don't kill half. This is very great sinful." Then he inquired, "What is this sin?" He said that you are killing so many animals, so you are accumulating sin. Then he explained everything. So he became a little softened and he inquired, then how to get out of these sinful activities? Narad said that if you follow my instruction, then you can get freed from these sinful activities. Now what have I to do? He said that first of all, break your bow, then I shall tell you. If I break my bow, then my business instrument is gone. Now don't be afraid. Then how shall I eat? I shall send you food. Then he agreed. If you solve my food problem, then I follow you. So Narad said, "Yes, I shall send you all kinds of food. You give up this business and come with me." So the hunter and his wife went with Narada, and Narada fixed them a place on the bank of the Ganges, a Prayag, and he said that you sit down here and chant Hare Krishna. I shall send you all food that you require. All right, sir, don't forget. Because I have given up my business. So next day, it was advertised in the village that the hunter has become a Vaishnava, a bareheaded boy. Vaishnava. So in India, it is a system that if anyone goes to a temple or to a saintly person, the ladies especially, and they take some grains in hand, at least one palmful, and contributes. So 10, 20, 50 people are coming, and it becomes sufficient for the temple keepers. That is the system in India. Still there are many hundreds and thousands of temples in India. And India is advertised as poverty stricken. But all these temples are being maintained by the people from the morsel of their food. Still, they contribute. If a sannyasi goes to the house of a householder, he will never be refused. At least he should be given a little rice, little flour. That is the system. So many people are coming to see them, how they have become Vaishnava, saintly persons, and contributing, somebody flour, somebody dal, somebody rice, somebody fruit. They thought, why Narada is sending so much? We are only 2 persons, husband and wife, and he is sending more than 20 persons foodstuff daily. So he was convinced that if I chant Hare Krishna, I will not starve. Narada will send everything. That's all. So gradually, by chanting, they become very highly advanced spiritually. So one day, Narada said to his friend, Prabhupada, my dear Prabhupada, I have got a disciple in prayer. He was hunter, and I have initiated him to chant Hare Krishna. Let us go and see how he is doing. So, 2 friends are coming there, and it is the system that the disciple, by seeing the spiritual master, should immediately offer obeisances and receive him very nicely. So, when he was going to receive from distant place Narada, he saw some ants were on the field, and he was trying to remove them so that they may not die the pressure of his food. And partially the problems of the world. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham